much for your service. I wasn't prepared to listen to you tonight. I thought I was going to be on the docket to make a presentation to restore Lake Peekskill. I didn't hear that being announced tonight, but hearing some of what your views are, if nothing happens tonight with my presentation, that would be just fine, given the fact that you stand very publicly and make a statement with your presence with regard to hydrofracking. I think that the Marcellus shale is very seductive, and it points to promises that may turn out to be quite hollow and quite permanent in terms of damage. I own a company that restores water bodies, and I actually emailed you last week with regard to the DEP mandate that is looking to put $162 million on us locally for the retainment pond infrastructure work that New York City is seeking to apply for all the reservoirs. And in a nutshell, my email, I don't know if you saw it, was with regard to our capabilities of using the whole water approach to restoring a water body through biology to significantly reduce the amount of internal phosphorus found within water bodies. And we're very successful with this. We have projects in Greenwood Lake and Tarrytown Lake reservoirs. We've made presentations with Putnam Lake. I think you may know Deb Lawler.
Yeah.
So that's my company. And I was going to make a presentation, and I'd like to give you
Yeah.
our presentation on what the costs would be. It's a very interesting conversation that's going on nationally right now with hydrofracking. Water is too big to fail. I think that's very clear. I think it's a very, very volatile subject. And I think that you, going with Josh the last few days into Pennsylvania, seeing for yourself what the reality is, I think you've begun to see that this does not have a party line associated with it. Thank you very much for putting yourself out there and making this a subject worth and a discussion worth having. As water is too big to fail, with regard to phosphorus loading and eutrophication and hyper-eutrophication, I own a company that's very unique, that has the ability to restore a water body through biology, remove up to 90% of the internal loading of the phosphorus, increase depth by 1 foot a year. We actually have goal metrics that we hit to actually restore a water body through these goals. So if we know we can bring water bodies back, and we know that we're blessed here in this part of New York with a significant amount of fresh water bodies, these water bodies are mostly mesotrophic and hypereutrophic. That's clear when you drive by any of the water bodies. So for many years, there's been folly, wasted money, and wasted time and effort to address the mitigational aspects of treating a symptom here and a symptom there. So we have an answer. We're beginning to find that the science is such that yes, this is valid, it works. Okay, I won't go on and on. But if these hydrofracking projects, even limited as they may be, going forward, sneaking a few in here and there around the 87 corridor, our aquifer does not know boundaries or state lines. If our freshwater body aquifer gets contaminated by these yet disclosed toxins, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I can remove phosphorus, I can restore the trophic index of a freshwater body, which is a big statement. If these poisons are released in our aquifer, there is nothing I can do. As a scientist and a professional, I'm a teacher. I'm a New York State Earth Science teacher. I work at Mahopac High School. I brought a student along with me tonight to view the presentation. That may or may not happen tonight. But if there's one thing that comes from tonight, from our presence together, I'd like to have further dialogue with you about this. I want to commend you for your work.
Yeah, thank you. We have a lake advisory council because we do have so many lakes in the district, and I actually own a cabin in Putnam Lake, so I see it during the summer when it turns green and stinks. So to the extent that you can be, lead on that, Jim Coleman's my chief of staff, wants to follow up, and because we need your help.
Thank you.
I want to thank you very much for your time.